Hello everyone. Hi, I'm Zuli or Nancy, depending on how you know me. And this is Arts at the Castle House. So if you're into journaling, fountain pens, inks, stationery, junk journaling, or any of the sort, then you have come to the right place. I love talking about anything related to paper and anything that goes with it, along with anything colorful. I love ephemera, watercolor, ink swashes, washi tape, you name it. I do tend to chat a lot, so I would suggest that you grab a drink, settle in. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and it really helps my channel grow. Let's go ahead and dive in. So today, I'm going to do some ink swatches. Last time, I believe I mentioned that, I went to Pelican Hub and I received a lot of ink samples. And today I have these ink samples here that I wanted to do some swatches for you in my new notebook. And so I've decided to do a setup to kind of check out different paper. And so I'm going to show you my setup today also. So I'm using my A5 handmade journal. So this is the journal that I made that I showed you guys in one of my last videos. And I do have my Hobonichi for 2026 in here. But I'm actually going to move over to my Hello Small Things, Neue Gray, and Eric Cute Things from Japan collaboration notebook. And so in this notebook, I plan to do my ink swatches. And this would be of ink bottles that I have, also samples that I receive or that I buy myself. And I kind of wanted to have them all in this one little book. I also have a little card holder to put swatches, which I'm actually going to do some of those on here as well, just because I like to be able to flip through them. But this one's just going to be for trying out different inks. And so actually one of the things that I did here was I wanted to do something ink themed. So I did have some stickers, and I went ahead and I just made this very colorful and did a lot of things that were very ink or, colorful themed. I did use one of my Traveler's Notebook inserts here so that I could put my blotter paper. So I have this blotter paper that I kind of just stick in here. It's a perfect fit. And funny enough, I went ahead and I put these little caps on here, and they have fountain pens on them, like they're about to write something. So, and of course I have this little thing that says Inky Dreams. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there you have it. So in this, I am going to go through that setup, and let me go over to the first one. Oh, I did use some of my Coffee Monster and Eric Small Things stickers, along with some from Sticky Club. I'm not sure what I'm going to put here yet, but I'm sure I'll end up putting something there. And then here I went ahead and I did a small sort of setup, and I wanted to try it on different papers without having to actually, use different notebooks to try out all of the paper. And I wanted to see it all in one notebook. So I went ahead and I added some of the paper strips on here, and I named them. And then this one, of course, is going to be the Neue Gray paper. So I'm excited to see what it looks like on the Neue Gray paper. So I am going to test that out. I did make some lines just so that I have something to go off of. This notebook also comes with this grid. So it has grid lines here. We have the Neue Gray, Eric, and Cute Things from Japan collab down there. And so I am gonna try and use this to the best of my ability so that my lines come out a little bit straight. I did do some lines on here so that I have that a little bit straight. We'll see how that comes out. And then today what I will be using is, I'll be using my River City pen, and this is gorgeous. Like, I loved this. And then I'm using it with a Kakimori nib, and I had this made several months ago. I saw it on one of my favorite YouTubers' channels, which actually this setup is a lot like hers because I really liked it, and I thought it was very smart. And so, yeah, but you know what they say, the best compliment is being copied. So I don't mean to copy her. It's just, it's such a great setup. But, and you know, I wanted to do that for my own setup. So, and I am sharing it with all of you guys. So, yeah, so I honestly, I forgot how much this was, but I got this, because it was just, I just love anything sparkly, and so this is really sparkly. And that nib, I'm not sure if I'm going to use this nib to actually write here. I might use this dip pen that I have. It's a very fine nib, and I might use this one because I kind of really liked how this one writes. I couldn't tell you where I got this from. It was in some kind of, it's old. I got it in some sort of set that I think I bought on eBay many years ago, actually. And so we'll see how it comes out. But I'm going to go ahead and use these. And so let me just go ahead and get started. I need to hold this down. So let me see if I could use this. Yep, perfect. So let me go ahead and get started here. We are going to start off today with this one. This is the KWZ Discovery Green. And one of the things I always do is I check the bottom to see if there's any shimmer, because I'm not sure on these ink samples if they all have shimmer. And I do give it a couple of, you know, turns just in case it needs to be one of those inks that have to be mixed up. On this end, I also have my handy dandy ink rag. It's not really a rag. It's actually a napkin from like a really great restaurant that has like these amazing napkins. It's so funny when you go to these really nice restaurants. Even their napkins in the bathroom like are next level. So I grabbed one because I was like, oh, this would be great for my ink swatches. And yeah, that's what happens when you are into stationery and stuff. Everything you see, you're like trying to see, okay, can I use this for my stationery stuff? And so yeah, I took that from the bathroom. So let me go ahead and get started with this one, and I'm gonna open this up and then dip my River City pen Kakimori nib in there. And I want to make sure I get a good amount of ink in there. All right. And I want to close this up because I don't want any accidental ink spills. And so first things first, well, let me actually just clean this off a little bit on the edges. And I already know that my fingers are not going to make it through this without some sort of mishap here. So let me just do my test here, and then I'm gonna do just some flowers. This is a very dark green. Wow. And this one is by KWZ, and it is called Discovery Green. And in case you didn't know, the Kakimori nib holds a lot more ink than most nibs because of the way it's made. It's very similar to like the shuttle, Colorverse shuttle, and so if you just turn it, more ink comes out because it holds a lot more ink inside. And so you can, if you find that you kind of ran out on one end, you just turn this a little bit and then you'll get some more ink out of there. In addition, depending on what angle you hold it in, if you hold it at a very low angle, you'll get this nice thick line. If you hold it more at a normal angle, you'll get kind of a medium line. And if you hold it at a really high angle, you'll get a thinner line. And so that's one of the great things about this one. And so I'm going to go ahead and do this one here. So this one here is the Cosmo Air Light paper. And then I also have some bank paper that I am using as well. I also use plotter paper quite a bit because I do have some plotter notebooks. So I'm going to try it on that one as well. And then this one is actually the Tomoe River paper, the original, the Tomoe River paper. So I'm excited to kind of see how it looks on that one too. And yep. Okay, so like on the New Gray, you cannot really see the green as much as you can on the other papers, but you can see the sheen rather well. That's interesting. Okay, let's see. What should I put here? I don't know. This is like the first time I'm doing this, so should I do some more flowers? It seems I've run out of ink, so. There we go. I'm just going to do some circles because I want to see how it would look just if you were writing. And you can see the green. Watch me do this and then it's like it splatters all over. Okay, well, I guess that was all the ink I was going to get out of it. Still, one dip, and I got all of this, which is amazing. I do have my water here, and I guess like an experienced watercolor person, I always have two of them here. One is for, you know, the first set of ink, and the other one is clean water. So once you dip it in the second one, it should stay clear, which it did in this case, so that's great. And see, like I said, look, I already have that on me. Okay, so that was my first one. I really like this color, KWC Discover Green. So I want to say this was a Drumgools exclusive from my local stationery shop. And this is a very pretty color. I actually really like the way it came out on the New Gray. It comes out different on each paper, and at the end I'll I'll kind of, well, let me see if I could do this right now. So let me show you up close. So I'm gonna have to stand up for this. Okay, so you can see Tomoe River paper, the plotter paper, bank paper, Cosmo Air Light, and my Neue Gray. Now, I do have to say that on this paper here, you can see the sheen far more on the Neue Gray. You can see the sheen a little bit on that Cosmo Air and some on the bank paper. And funny enough, you don't see it too much on the Tomoe River paper. And I don't know if that's because I was running out of ink there. So on the next one, I'm going to start off with the Tomoe River paper when I'm doing these four. Just to kind of see if it was maybe because of the way I had that. So, but geez, I mean, just looking at it from here, you can see the sheen on this is just incredible. So, okay, so that was KWZ. Next one I'm doing is the Diamine Mangus. And so let me do this one here. And so this one's supposed to be like a deep burgundy color. Look at that. Wow, that is a pretty color. Whoops. I'm always over dipping these things. Okay, so holding on to that while I shut this. And I think this is the first time I'm actually doing like an ink swatch on this channel, so that's exciting. All right, so this one, let me start off here. Oh, this is such a pretty, rich, such a pretty rich burgundy color. Oh, I like this very, very much. And this one is the Diamine. Let me do my little circles here first. So this one is Diamine. And I think it's called Mangus. I hope that's right. Okay, and I said I was going to start on this side first, so this one doesn't seem to be a sheening ink in the first place. I will tell you, you can actually feel the difference also on each of the paper, like on how smooth it goes on or not. Like some of them can be a little bit scratchier than others. Here's my Cosmo. I would have to say the one that feels the smoothest so far on all of these have been the Neue Gray as well as the Cosmo Air Light. And I'm not sure if it's because maybe these are thicker than the others. gonna let this pool a little bit more on this side just so you can see more of that. Pool a little bit, because sometimes where you let it pool, you really get more of what the actual color looks like. Oh, and so this one has a little bit of a green undertone. Geez, and I'm sorry if my head gets in the way. It's like sometimes I'm really looking at this up close. So I'm not sure if you guys got a swatch of my head, the top of my head. So, okay. Oh, look at that. It comes out, look at the water comes out really purple. Maybe that's because I had the green in there right before this. I don't know if you guys have a color wheel. Does green and red make purple? You see how pretty that is? This one's completely clear. All right, so let me give you guys an up close look at this one. All right, and as you can see, and I believe it is Diamine Mangus, and you can see that sheen on there, along with that green that you see here. And there's the Tomoe River paper, the plotter paper, the bank paper, and the Cosmo Air Light. I think you can see the difference more when you're actually writing it with these. You can see the difference in the colors. They're both dark though, so no, let's go on to the next one. All right, so the next, oh my goodness, so one of the, I forgot to do these. I'm supposed to be doing these at the same time while I have it inked. So yeah, I've got 6 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Whoops. I'll do that on the next ones, and then I guess I'll just have to go back and do the other ones at the end. Okay. So that I don't forget, I'll put it right here in my face. Okay, so the next one that we're doing is going to be Ferris Wheel Press Queen Alum? Geez, I really should have looked this up. But you can see here at the bottom that sheen is stuck there at the bottom of it. So I'm going to have to shake this one to get that sheen mixed into the rest of this. So you see it's gone now. So it's already mixed into that. All right, so this next one's very, very pretty. It looks like it's a purple, like a light purple color. I really liked it when I saw it. I'm not sure how good it would be for writing because it does seem to be like a light color, but we'll see. Yeah, it's a light color. And again, this one is Ferris Wheel Press, and it's called Queen Alum. Gosh, I'm sorry, I can't read some of the cursive that this kind person who gave this to me did. Okay. Whoops, I was supposed to put Queen up here. You don't always get this right, I'll tell you that. And I'm finding I'm having to do it twice because it's a very light color. It doesn't come out like at 100%. Whoops, make this a little thicker. And then this one, very thin. Okay. Going to move this up here. So yeah, like I feel this kind of scratchy. This one's less scratchy. This one's the plotter paper. And then there's the bank paper. Actually, on this one, the Cosmo Air Light seems to be a little scratchier. I am going to have to redip this if I want to do this little card here. So let me redip. And this is just the way I usually do my cards. Okay. Let me. Yeah, I guess this one ran out of ink faster. I guess that's sometimes the kind of ink that you have. Not all inks are alike. Some are drier than others, some are wetter than others. Let me just pull over here, and here I'm gonna write the name. I think that's allium. I think. I'll have to look that up later. Maybe I'll write it in in the notes section. This is not coming out so great, but okay. It is what it is. All right. Gosh, this one has such a pretty color and shine. Okay, so this is on my card. You can see that gold shine in there. And I think it is allium or allium. Queen Allium by Ferris Wheel Press. And I'm gonna put this up here so it can dry. And then here is the actual book. And I will show you these again. That's the Tomoe River paper, followed by the plotter paper, then the bank paper, and the Cosmo Air Light, and then the Neue Gray. Yeah, so you can see the sheen. All of these papers are really great at showing off the sheen on these inks. I guess the person who gave this to me mainly gave me sheening inks. So let me go on to the next. All right. Funny, I dipped this one and now the water has turned blue. Color theory is so interesting, I think. Put one of these cards here again so I don't forget. This next one we're going to do is also another Ferris Wheel Press. This one's called Pumpkin Patch. Doesn't seem to be that much sheening in there. I don't think so, but anyways, let's open this baby up. You see what this pretty orange. This one's so, the name, you know, Pumpkin Patch. And so I'm thinking very fall, like, you know, Halloween, fall, Thanksgiving vibes here. So there we go. And so here, oh, that's a very, very orangey. And I'm here all concentrating. All right, and this one is also Ferris Wheel Press. All right, let me try over here first. I don't think this one would be a great one, you know, to possibly write with, but it is a very pretty color, you know, so that you can do some really pretty art with this color of ink. It's gorgeous. Especially if you're looking for an orange. This is a very pretty orange. Try and make these all like the same size, like splotches here. This one came out kind of weird. Okay, gonna have to re-dip this. And I always do a heart here. I don't know. I have like a whole bunch where that's just how I do my swatches. And here I'm going to write down Ferris Wheel Press. Pumpkin patch. Whoops. Like I said, these are not going to come out perfect. It's fun to do though. I will tell you, like, you know, oof, this looks like it bled through a little bit. These are very relaxing to do, in my opinion, when you're doing ink swatches. Just, I don't know, I find it a little therapeutic here. Alrighty. And so here is the Ferris Wheel Press pumpkin patch. Really no sheen to that one. Where it pools, it does a really pretty shading. So I'll put that up here. And then here you can see it's pretty consistent, I would say. Neue Gray. Whoops, sorry. I'd actually say though, I do like the way it came out more on the bank paper, on this one right here. I like how that came out. That did not come out really great on the Cosmo. But yeah. Came out good on the Neue Gray. I liked it. I dropped something. Hold on. Yeah, dropped my little board. Okay, so I am at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This one is the Pilot Iroshizuku. There's really no, there didn't seem to be any sheen on that one. But I'm still gonna shake it a little bit anyway. And then, look how this water turned green now. It's just been turning every single color. All right. Then drying it off as much as I can. All right, so this one is the Pilot Iroshizuku Fuyu Shiogun. This one looks really pretty. I'm excited about this one. Plus, I love Pilot Iroshizuku ink. I think it's one of the best inks out there. You can never really go wrong with the Pilot Iroshizuku inks. All right, let's see how this one does. Ooh. It's a very pretty gray. So soft when you put it on the paper. Yeah, some of the other inks that I did here today, it was a bit of a battle when you put it on paper. And this one's not. This one's like so smooth. I don't feel any resistance on it at all. And it's the ink. And this one is the Pilot Iroshizuku. And it is called Fuyu Shiogun. Okay, and this one is not a it seems like it's got some shading in there, which is nice. Let me start over here. You kind of see how it separates on the Cosmo Air Light paper sometimes on some of these inks. It just goes to show, yeah, the paper matters, the ink matters, it all matters. All right, and let me do my little ink swatch here on this card. put a little bit more on here. They gave me quite a lot. I like it. I'll really be able to fill an ink converter with that one. Actually, I think with most of these, because I was given a really good amount, I think, of the ink on each of them in the vials. And this is Pilot. Iroshizuku. And it's called Fuyu Shogun. Let's see. Fuyu Shogun. And then doing my thick line. Oops. Doing my thick line. See how you can screw that up so easily. My medium line. And my thin line. I'm going all over the place on this one. And like I said, you know, when I start running out of ink, I just turn it and more comes out magically. All right. Wow, so this water now is green. So interesting. Anyways, so here is the Pilot Iroshizuku Fuyu Shogun. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. Well, so it's a grayish purplish color. I really liked it. I think I like all these colors so far. And then it is, if you see here, how it came out on all of these. They actually came out pretty similar. The Neue Gray paper looks pretty good. Okay, that's interesting. I really like it. And actually I have room for one more. So I did get several inks. So I'm going to do this one. This is the Diamine Kongis. I don't see anything on here. Okay. And let me grab this. I'm going to put this here so that I remember. Otherwise I will forget. All right, and so then last one, guys. Thank you for sticking around with me, for those of you who are still watching. I'm gonna just leave this one open here because I've had to re-dip all of these so far. All right. Ooh, pretty. This one's also going on pretty soft. Okay. Let's see, and what is this one again? It's called, oh, it's Diamine Kong Guys. I don't know if that's Kong Guys or Kong Gaius. I hope I have these right. I'm gonna have to come back and fix some of them if I wrote it down wrong. But it's Diamine. Kong. Guys, it looks like guys. Oh, this one went on really nice on the Tomoe River paper. Like really, really nice. I can feel it. And even though it's one of the last ones I did, so it's got like less ink, I would think on it. It came out really strong. And then let me do these. Right, this one right here. I'll just do it up here. Wow, this one came out really dark on here. I'm gonna let it pool right here. And then my circle here. This will be interesting to see how it dries, because I'm not sure if you've been watching, but the other ones are drying pretty nicely and slightly differently. And so this one is Diamine. Kong. I'm just gonna put guys, that's what it looks like. The thick one, the medium one, and the thin one. And then I do my little S's here. Oh, I must have torn through one of those. So let me show you how this one came out. This one's still wet, but these are drying pretty easily, pretty nicely down here. So you'll see these, they have a little bit of a sheen to it. I'm surprised. So this is the Diamine Kong guys. You see kind of the sheen that it has to it on the flower too. And then you can really see it here. Part of it's still wet, so that's also another reason, but let me show you now the other ones that we did first. So here we go. So we're all done here, and you can see the Tomoegawa River paper. The sheen is like almost non-existent now that it's dried. The light's hitting it. You can see the light on the plotter paper. You see how it's got that sheen to it. The bank paper, the Cosmo, and definitely on the Neue Gray. Then we go into the second one, which is the Diamine Mangus, and it's got that green undertone sheen to it. You can definitely see it on all of these. And so this is what they mean when they say not all paper and ink combos are alike. And so this next one, the third one, was the Ferris Wheel Press Queen Allium. And on the Neue Gray, yeah, you see that gold shimmer on that purple. And then you see it here on the Cosmo Air Light. I mean, you can see the sheen on all of them. This one actually came out pretty consistent, but when you look closely, the Cosmo, this one's the Cosmo, and then we have the bank paper. Now I can tell you the Cosmo, it came out kind of, it felt kind of scratchy on that one. And then it just looks so different. So again, Tomoe and on the far left. And that's the Pumpkin Patch by Ferris Wheel Press's Pumpkin Patch. And that's how it came out on the Neue Gray. I like the shading it has on it. And then this is how it came out on the other ones. But you can see how on the Cosmo one right there, and it kind of is blotchy. Yeah, I don't like that. So that ink does not play well with the Cosmo paper. But funny enough, it did on the one above it, but not as well as the other papers. So the Cosmo Air Light did not do well with the Ferris Wheel Press. Following that, we have the Pilot Iroshizuku, the Fuyu Syogan. And that one seems to be more of a shading ink. So you can see here, it's got a little bit of shade on there. And then here it is on the other 4 pieces of paper. The Cosmo Air Light right here. Here is the bank paper, the plotter paper, and the Tomoe River paper. It went really nicely on the Tomoe River paper. And then we have the final one, the Diamine Kongais. And that one has a very nice sheen to it. It's a very like a dark blue, like a navy blue, with maybe like a red sheen to it. And this is how it came out on all of the other papers. So we've got again the Cosmo Air Light. We have the bank paper, the plotter paper, as well as the Tomoe River paper. Yeah, this came out really nicely. So these are my ink swatches for today. So this was my setup. Let's see how the bleed through was on this paper. Oh, I forgot. I actually put my other paper already on this one because I do have some more inks that I'll be doing later, and I'll be showing you guys those too. But yeah, it doesn't look like it bled through at all because you can see here in the middle, there's no bleed through whatsoever, and hardly any ghosting either. So I would say this is a great notebook for me to use for my ink swatches. I really like how it came out. So, you know, if you like this video, give me a like, please. Thank you so much for sticking around. I know it's a 1 hour long video, so I really appreciate for all of those of you who are still watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.